guys, it's me, Crystal Kelly. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Rochester Hills, Michigan, and it is Saturday night at 7 o'clock. This is clearly not a time when you are expecting me, but last week my granddaughters were here visiting, so I missed my Fun Fold Friday live, so I'm going to try and get it done tonight because I'm going to be on vacation next week, and I wanted to be able to share this really fun fold card with you before I left. When I get back, I know I'm going to be playing catch up, so and I will be super busy then, so I am going to share this card with you now. And next week, of course, there will be no live because I am going to be on vacation. So this card tutorial came from Susan Campfield, and it is called a book jacket. So it opens kind of like this, which is a book jacket, if you will, and then we have a little surprise candy treat on this side. And I did do this card for a class that I had, so all of my materials are cut and prepped and ready to go. You're going to be using the Be My Valentine bundle, which is the Be My Valentine stamp set, which has all of these great stamps in it. But I love these little sentiments in there. I think they're so adorable. And then it coordinates with the Bee Builder punch. Okay, so we're going to get started. My pieces are already cut and scored. And because this card is a little tricky to do, I have actually marked right on my paper, my white cardstock, where things are going to go. So I'm going to start off by assembling those pieces I'm going to stamp on. My designer series paper on here, so they all go in the right spot. So I have my circle DSP. This is going to be the jacket part of the fold, and it is 7 1/4 inches scored at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. So on this side is going to go our circle DSP, which is going to be this one. And you can, of course, actually put it on either side that you want. I did put these markings on my cards before I assembled, or my card packets, because there's a lot of moving pieces to this card, and I didn't want the class to become frustrating. So again, book jacket fold card, and the tutorial came from Susan Campfield. Okay. This is going to be the inside of our book jacket. And so I'm going to do my little slash DSP here. And you can, of course, choose any side of the DSP that you want. And these X's are going to be where I'm going to tape the pocket that's going to hold our candy. So this piece I'm going to slide right up to about 1/8 of an inch from my score line, and adhere that. I put that down really, really crooked. So I'm going to try it again there. Okay, so this is going to be the kind of jacket fold, okay? And then these are going to go right on the inside down here. I'm actually going to put these tiny ones on with a little heart, or a little heart, the little hearts on with a glue dot for the little ones, and I'm going to put some adhesive on the big ones. And this was last year's pack of Regal's paper. So I'm just going to kind of put this on. We have new designs now for Regal's paper, but this was already cut and ready to go, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. Okay, so that's that piece, which is again, the jacket fold part of the book jacket. And this is going to be our front, and we are going to put the heart pattern up. And we're going to mount this on regular cardstock. So instead of putting it right onto the white cardstock, we're going to give it just a little tiny blue trim around the edges. This is going to be our fold. This is going to be the outside of our card. So it is going to be 6 3/4, and it is scored at 3 1/4, 4 1/4, 5 1/4, and 6 1/4. Okay, and I'm just going to fold it on these score lines. So we have our book jacket, and this is going to be kind of the book part of it. And this little piece right here that I'm scoring now is going to be that piece that's going to fold over like this and hold our candy, our little honey candy, milk and honey. And the outside of our book, this will be like our book binding, and we're going to put the DSP on there. And then where those X's are, that's where we're going to put things together, okay? So this is going to be our cardstock piece. That's going to go right here. All right, so that's this cardstock piece. And we're going to put that right there. And this, once you've got it scored and all your pieces cut, it goes together very quickly. So this piece is going to get taped here, and then these two pieces that have the X's on them are going to be taped together. Okay, so you can use, I'm actually going to use my green glue. You guys know I love my green glue. Totally not, right? Going to use my green glue and put this down. And I'm going to stick my candy in there. And that's going to kind of press it down. Well, I guess I will stick my bone folder in there and press it down. So I'm just going to kind of press it where that glue is so that I get a really tight hold. See, and that's going to give me that little square there. You can see that square. Okay? And then I'm going to put my green glue here. You can put it here or here, but we're going to match up these X's. And that's going to be the sort of book part of our book binder fold. And I'm just going to add those right together there. And press it down. And then again, I'm going to take my bone folder and use it on both sides to press it down. And that's going to go under. So there we have it. That's going to be your little book jacket right here. Okay? And we're going to do the top of our card now. So I'm going to take my, I'm going to use Blueberry Bushel, Daffodil Delight, Real Red, and Memento Basic Black ink. And we're going to stamp all of our goodies. I have, this is kind of like the front of it, and it's just a piece of basic white cardstock that's been embossed. So let's start with our heart outline. because of course that's the piece I don't have here. Oh, here it is over here. So these are going to be our wings, and I'm going to need 2 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that one right off the paper. Good way to start, right? Okay, and then I have the bee body, or the stripes of the bee, that I'm going to put on this other piece of scrap paper. And then I'm going to do my words. And I'm going to do my words in Blueberry Bushel, and then I'm going to do just the sweet in Real Red. Okay, so let me get some sticky notes here. I usually have my Post-it tape. Oh, I do. Here it is. I like to keep my Post-it tape right here where my little mini cut and emboss machine is. So let's take my words, and what I'm going to do is take my Post-it tape and just tape off the words that are not sweet. So I'm going to cover everything but the word sweet with my Post-it tape, and then ink it up, and then I'm going to take my Post-it tape off. That is the trick with this masking, is be sure you take that Post-it tape off before you stamp. Then I'm just going to give it a little huff, which means I'm going to breathe on it before I stamp it. And that's just going to moisten the ink and make it a little more vibrant in case it has kind of gone dry a little bit while I'm taking my Post-it note off. And I'm just going to clean that, and I'm going to stamp the whole thing in Blueberry Bushel. Just going to stamp that on a piece of scrap paper, and we'll set that aside. And then we're going to bring our Real Red back in, and we're going to stamp the insides of our hearts, which are essentially going to become our wings. Here we go. And just going to line them up. I usually stamp my outlines first because that makes it a whole lot easier to see what I'm going to be able to do in the center of it. Okay. And I have a little bit of a splotchy that didn't get a whole lot of ink on it. So I am going to go back and fix that with my marker. But I'm going to go ahead and do my little body here, my bee body. And again, because I've stamped my outline, it's going to make it super easy to line up the inside of the body. Okay? And that is with Daffodil Delight. Okay, I'm going to bring my Memento ink back in. And we're going to give our bee a happy face. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to give, this little piece is going to get kind of the little swirly bee tail part down here. And then I'm going to do bee antennas kind of up at the top here. All right. And I am going to grab my Real Red marker. So hang tight just 1 second. That Real Red marker is going to allow me just to add color to where I didn't get it with my ink pad. So I'm just going to kind of dab at it. There we go. And that will work for me. Okay. So now let's get, I keep getting this little pop-up message here that is super annoying, right? Okay. Hi, Nancy. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you're catching me. Sometimes when I pop on, I'm not sure anybody's going to be there to watch me, but there's always the replay in that case, right? But I am glad you're here. So we are going to bring in our little guys here. I got mine cut a little too close to the edge of the paper, so I'm going to have to trim that off just in order to get it into my punch. There. Oh, perfect. And I always use my punches upside down so that I can see. I'm going to get it lined up just how I want it. And I'm still going to have to cut a little more off down here. There. Okay. And then I'm going to do the hearts. And I think I've got them spaced, so I'm not going to have to, I guess I am going to have to cut that other one off so I don't punch it out. All right, let's try this. And again, you can see right where you're going to punch it. And we'll get this other one in there. And you can put a little sort of handle on here using your Post-it tape if you want to, but it looks like I can kind of finagle it in there and get it where I want. Okay. So let's get the pieces we need in here. Get my workspace cleaned up a little bit. And I'm going to cut out this word sweet. And then I'm also going to cut out your as, and then as honey. So it's going to say you're sweet as honey. And then we have that great honey candy to put in there. And we're just going to get rid of this blue sweet and do just as honey. And again, I'm not real particular about this part being straight. We are going to attach it. So it's going to look okay if it's a little bit crooked. If you have to have it straight, you can bring in your paper trimmer and trim it up with that and make it really straight. There we go. All right, so there are our pieces. I'm going to add some glue dots to these hearts right at the pointy tip. And I'm going to put those on either side of this happy bee face. I think just a hair up towards that top bee line there, the top body line. There we go. I'm going to bring in some dimensionals and put all of that up. So I'm going to put dimensionals behind the wings and the body and the other wing. And I'm actually going to put a little dimensional right on where the wings meet the body. There we go. So lots of dimensionals on that guy, right? We don't want them to sag in the middle. We want them to be on there nice and strong and kind of perky too. And I think I'm gonna put them up a little bit like this, and then re-stamp the little antennae at the top. Just because I want to be able to see more part of that wing down there. So I'm gonna go like that. There we go. And then we can see both of those things, right? All right, and I'm gonna do your as and honey. Fill that down, and I'm gonna add a little dimensional to the middle of my sweet. So I'm gonna pop the sweet up. And I actually think I'm gonna make it just a tad skinnier. There we go. So your as, let me get this straight, that might help. And my sweet's gonna go kind of crooked there. Gonna take the dimensional backing off so that it will stick. Your sweet as, and honey down here. Okay, and then we're going to put this whole piece up on dimensionals on the front of our card. Isn't this a great fun fold, you guys? I absolutely love it. I'm going to be doing it for Christmas. Remember when we were little, you used to get those little books filled with packs of rolls of Lifesaver candies. And this is kind of what it reminds me of. So it's kind of like the perfect thing for a really cool Christmas gift. Okay, so I got that right in the middle there. And then we're just going to wrap our candy in some ribbon. And this is the iridescent ribbon. And it's just going to go all the way around. And then I'm going to tie it in a bow up here. And you can put any kind of candy that you wanted to in there. But just because it says your sweetest honey, I thought the honey candy would be kind of perfect for it. So I'm going to just tie it in a quick bow up here. And there you guys have it. This was my June Fun Fold Friday. That is a little bit late, but better late than never. I hope you guys are all looking forward to a wonderful 4th of July, however you're going to celebrate it. They've been doing fireworks here in Rochester the past, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 days now. Last night they had some up at the music festival, music theater, which is right up the road, so we got to watch those, and I'm sure that they have some planned for tonight somewhere. I'm actually going to be up north next week, so I will be out on the lake watching them, which is always fun. And then I'm just going to stick my little candy down in here. That is a tight fit, but we can do it. Okay? So your card's going to look like this, your gorgeous kind of book fold. And you could stamp something over here too if you want it, your book jacket. And then you're just going to pull this and your candy will slide in and out there. So let me know, you guys, if you have any questions. And thanks again, Nancy, for joining me live. I appreciate it. Bambi's here too. Hi, Bambi. Thanks for watching. It is a cute little fun fold, isn't it? That would be really good for Halloween. I know that's your favorite, but it would be good for Halloween with the little potions and the cauldron on the front and some Halloween candies in there. So lots of options for it, you guys. If you're catching the replay, please leave me a comment and let me know. Bye-bye.